those assholes to shut up?
Hey, shut up, you asshole!
Animal House didn't just start a party, it launched a full-scale riot on screen and off. But the real madness? It wasn't in the frat house, it was behind the camera. The cast wrecked real sets. The studio planted a spy to keep them sober. And what happened after the movie hit theaters? It didn't just change comedy, it changed college campuses across the country. These are 15 weird facts about Animal House. But wait until the end, because the bonus fact features a line so unexpected, the cast didn't know if they should laugh or stop the scene. Strap in, it's about to get stupid in the best way. Number 1. In a movie full of fake beer and scripted chaos, John Belushi decided to keep at least one thing honest. During the frat house montage, his character Bluto grabs a bottle of Jack Daniels, tilts it back, and chugs it like it's water. Most actors would fake it. Belushi didn't. That bottle was real. The whiskey was real. The chug? One take. The crew thought he was going to spit it out. He didn't. He finished the scene, dropped the bottle, and walked off like nothing happened. It was reckless. It was dangerous. And it was pure Belushi.
Thanks. I needed that.
Number 2. Before it became a classic, Animal House almost had its teeth pulled. Universal executives thought the word animal was too crude, too dirty for a national release. They wanted something safer, something forgettable. Director John Landis pushed back hard. He argued that Animal House perfectly captured the raw, rebellious spirit of the film. Changing it, he said, would kill the entire tone. He threatened to walk. Eventually, the studio caved, and the title stayed. Good thing too, because Mischief Hall just doesn't have the same ring. Number 3. By 1977, John Belushi was a household name. He was the breakout star of Saturday Night Live, the face of a new kind of comedy, and already beloved by millions. But when he signed on for Animal House, Universal didn't treat him like a star. They offered him just $35,000, less than what some studio executives made in a month. Why so low? The studio didn't believe Animal House would matter. They thought it was a one-off, a cheap college comedy that would disappear in a weekend. Belushi didn't argue. He took the deal, packed his bags, and threw himself into the role like his career depended on it. He gave them chaos, he gave them heart, and he gave them the most iconic performance of his life for less than the price of a new Cadillac. No ego, no complaints, just Belushi and a bottle of Jack.
Holy shit! I didn't even point the gun at him! Holy shit! Maybe he had a heart attack! Holy shit!
Number 4. Before Universal said yes, Animal House was passed over by nearly every major studio in Hollywood. Executives said it was too mean, too weird, or just plain too gross. Nobody believed a movie about drunk, destructive college kids would sell tickets, but producer Matty Simmons believed. He kept shopping the script, and finally, Universal gave it a shot. They handed over a shoestring budget, and one of the greatest comedies ever made was born from the industry's collective no. Number 5. Universal didn't trust the cast, not with Belushi, not with the script, and definitely not with alcohol. So the studio sent a supervising executive to monitor the production, a quiet, clean-cut guy who showed up with a clipboard and a mission: keep the cast in line. The actors spotted him immediately and gave him a nickname, the Rat. He tried to blend in, took notes, stayed just close enough to hear everything, but not close enough to be liked. According to the cast, he never stopped a single party. He never cut off the beer, but he did look panicked half the time, scribbling down chaos he couldn't control. They partied harder just to mess with him. The Rat wasn't there to make the movie better. He was there to make the studio feel like someone, anyone, was in charge. He might have been sent to keep order, but on the set of Animal House, there was never any order to begin with. Number 6. The divide between the Deltas and the Omegas wasn't just in the script, it was real. To fuel tension, director John Landis made a bold move. He housed the Delta actors together in a rundown house with no rules and plenty of booze. Belushi, Bruce McGill, Tim Matheson, they lived like their characters, partying, bonding, raising hell. Meanwhile, the actors playing the uptight Omegas were put up in a clean hotel, with room service and isolation. The result? Real resentment. By the time cameras rolled, the animosity between the two groups didn't need to be acted. It was baked in. Insults flew, reactions were raw, and the dynamic gave the film its pulse, because what you were seeing on screen was happening off screen too. Animal House wasn't just performed. For a few weeks, it was lived.
You can do what you want to us, but we're not going to sit here and listen to you bad-mouth the United States of America.
Number 7. They told the cast to party like real college students. So they did. Walls were damaged, furniture was smashed, entire rooms were stained, dented, and beyond repair. The crew had built the set to look like a frat house. By the end of the shoot, it actually was one. And according to some accounts, they didn't even tell the actors which parts were okay to destroy, because frankly, they expected most of it wouldn't survive anyway. Hey, things are already off the rails, right? If you're enjoying this chaos, make sure to hit like and subscribe, because it only gets wilder from here. In just a moment, we hit the scene that wasn't in the script, and what happened next almost shut the whole thing down. Stick around. You don't want to miss what's coming. Number 8. The budget was tight, so producers turned to local students in Eugene, Oregon, where the film was shot. They recruited actual college kids for the wildest scenes, especially the party montages, and it worked almost too well. Extras showed up drunk. Some refused to leave after filming wrapped. At one point, a food fight spilled into a real cafeteria. The result? Raw, messy, and totally authentic. You can't fake college chaos, not when it's already baked into the scene.
Mine's bigger than that.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, my cucumber. It's bigger.
Number 9. While most of the cast were in their late 20s or early 30s, one actor was still pulling all-nighters between takes. Kevin Bacon, who played freshman chip-on-his-shoulder pledge Chip Diller, was the only one actually enrolled in college at the time. He wasn't a star yet. He wasn't famous. He was just a real student, playing a student. And yes, that made the hazing scenes hit a little differently. Number 10. At just 27 years old, John Landis was handed the reins to a major motion picture without ever having directed a studio film before. Universal was taking a gamble, and Landis knew it. He had one rule: keep it fast, loose, and unpredictable. He encouraged improv, pushed the actors to stay in character off camera, and made decisions on instinct. It was messy, chaotic, and it worked. By the time the studio realized they'd handed a big budget movie to a barely known director, it was too late. The lunatics were already running the asylum, and somehow it was perfect. Number 11. That legendary moment in the cafeteria, not in the script. John Belushi grabbed a handful of mashed potatoes, shouted "food fight," and launched chaos into motion. The rest of the cast, genuinely caught off guard, just went with it. Cameras kept rolling. No one yelled cut. What you see on screen is real confusion, real flying food, and real destruction. It wasn't planned. It wasn't rehearsed. It was Animal House. Number 12. Audiences could handle the beer, the food fights, and the chaos. But Donald Sutherland's bare backside? That was almost too much. In one quiet moment, Sutherland's character steps out of bed and gives the camera a full moon. It was brief. It was harmless. But when Universal saw it during early cuts, they panicked. Executives worried it would hurt the film's rating, or worse, turn off mainstream audiences entirely. They debated cutting it. They even considered shelving the film for re-editing. But John Landis stood firm. He said if the studio could handle Bluto smashing guitars and flinging mashed potatoes, they could survive a little nudity. And he was right.
Could I buy some from you?
Number 13. The risk paid off, big time. Animal House cost just $3 million to make. It went on to earn over $140 million at the box office, making it one of the most profitable comedies of all time. Critics were stunned. Universal was stunned. No one expected a raunchy, chaotic, low-budget college movie to become a cultural landmark, but the fans knew what they were watching, and they showed up in droves. Number 14. No one expected a raunchy college comedy to change real college campuses, but that's exactly what happened. After Animal House exploded at the box office, fraternity life across America transformed. Pledge numbers surged, toga parties went mainstream, and Delta Tau Chi became the gold standard for on-campus chaos. Students didn't just watch the movie, they started living it. Some schools panicked, others capitalized. But everywhere you looked, Animal House had left its mark. It wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural detour. And for a generation of students, it rewrote the college experience, one food fight at a time.
It looks like you gained some weight since you came in.
It's just a prank. I'm pledging a fraternity.
Don't sweat it, sweetie. I won't tell.
Number 15. John Belushi was the heart of Animal House, but he was also the studio's biggest fear. Behind the scenes, Belushi's off-camera habits were no secret. Late nights, heavy drinking, sudden disappearances. Universal knew they were taking a risk casting him, so they quietly prepared a contingency plan in case he flamed out mid-shoot. Producers considered rewriting scenes, adjusting the ensemble, even trimming his role if he couldn't stay on track. But Belushi surprised them all. He showed up, he delivered, and when the cameras rolled, he wasn't a liability. He was lightning in a bottle. The studio never had to use their backup plan, because once Belushi got going, there was no stopping him.
Fucker.
For shame! Lawrence, I'm surprised at you!
Don't listen to that jack-off. Look at those gazongas. You never get a better chance.
Bonus fact. It's one of the most quoted lines in comedy history. Belushi stands up in the Delta House, fired up, furious, and yells the line wasn't in the script.
Nothing is over until we decide it is. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
Germans?
Forget it, he's rolling.
Belushi improvised it on the spot, and the cast's reactions? Totally real. Some didn't know if they were supposed to stop him. Others were just trying not to laugh. The confused silence, the awkward glances, all real. It was messy, it was ridiculous, and it was perfectly Delta. Animal House was never supposed to work. The cast was too wild, the director was too young, the script was too insane. But what came out of that chaos became a comedy legend. If you learned something new, or just saw the movie in a whole new way, feel free to hit like, subscribe, or drop your favorite Delta moment in the comments. Because sometimes the films no one believed in are the ones that never really end. Nothing is over until we decide it is.